The Science and Engineering Alliance, or SEA, opened its doors 20 years ago. Its mission? To develop minority scientists for the 21st century workforce. The Alliance, comprised of 4 historical black colleges and universities and 1 national laboratory, were eager to fulfill that mission.
We all remember that in those days, minority applicants from the historically black colleges were having difficulty getting the kind of research money that they needed to compete on an equal basis with some of the researchers from the major institutions. So by pooling their resources, pooling their talents, we felt that now here's an opportunity to really prove that some top science can be done at these schools by these particular researchers.
Thanks to the SEA, these scientists no longer toiled in the shadows. They worked in state-of-the-art facilities learning cutting-edge techniques, and what began as a series of summer training programs soon became much more.
Through the efforts of SEA, we were bringing researchers to the laboratories as equal partners. They were bringing their programs to the laboratory, and they were getting resources to help them not only enhance the program while they were working at the lab, but then able to take that back to their students on campuses.
It's often been said the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. That may be true, but the parts that make up the Alliance have been crucial to its success. Alabama A&M University, Jackson State University, Prairie View, Southern University, all 4 institutions are the foundation of the Alliance. And then there's Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, the glue that holds the Alliance together. It's the research hub where students, faculty, and staff members of the 4 institutions hone their skills.
By being able to get the resources of the laboratory, that enhanced your ability to write proposals to get new grant money from the other various agencies, National Science Foundations, NIH, etc. So again, that gap was closed by SEA's efforts.
But every foundation needs a cornerstone, and SEA Executive Director Dr. Robert L. Shepard is just that. His job? To educate federal agencies and private industry about the wealth of scientific knowledge within HBCUs.
Bob Shepard, he has tremendously exceeded what most of us had as very modest expectations initially.
So he's published 35 papers, so what? I mean, we know that, We know all this stuff. But what we want to know is what is he going to do for us tomorrow, today? And I believe that he's going to lead the Science and Engineering Alliance, as Rich said earlier, into becoming the forefront of alliances. So with that, let me give you Bob Shepard.
He has been a fearless worker. He has provided the kind of leadership that we were looking for, a person that was not content just to dot the I's and cross the T's, but the person that was willing to go bang on doors, try to make things happen. He was a person that knew that it was a big job interfacing between the 4 presidents, not to imply that all university presidents have big egos, but egos do not hurt. And it's a tough job to make sure that these egos all work together, and he was able to do that.
Because of SEA's efforts, member institutions have participated in key research areas: high-performance computing, research into molecular materials, communication systems for space vehicles like the Mars rover, environmental justice initiatives, high school science teacher enhancement, and grant writing programs. The organization has also awarded scholarships and incentives to hundreds of high school students, sponsored technical workshops for thousands of minority science students, many who now have successful careers in the sciences. The SEA continues to bridge the gap between minority scientists through partnership programs with the National Institutes of Standards and Technology, the National Ecological Observatory Network, and the law firm of Winston & Strawn. SEA has accomplished its mission set forth 20 years ago. So what's next? Where does it go from here? Jim Evans has an idea.
I see it becoming an institution that would not only raise money to help support the universities themselves, but would have its own graduate program where it would be training people not only in the sciences, but in diplomacy. I used to say we're all in the game of pushing a rock up a hill. That's what diversity is all about. And we all know that if you take your hands off that rock, it will fall back down and crush you to death. I would like to see SCA have the resources to make that rock get to the top of the hill and start rolling it down the other side. I think that can happen.